the question is with
I mean,
James
whatever that
Collins,
may be.
with James Collins coming back, do they feature him in a cup or the league? Which one does Bilic place more attention on?
Bilic is about to lose his job if he does not win in the Premier
exactly.
League.
It's a great question. Like, he's. I mean, he could have been fired this week. Got beat by Brighton. I mean, got trounced by Brighton at home.
Outplayed.
And if they, I mean, anytime they play us, that's their Super Bowl. So, I mean, he's got to. You'd have to think he's got to field his best 11, whatever he thinks his best 11 is here, because I think he is fighting for job. If he loses, especially if he loses poorly, he probably gets fired. By was it Wednesday we play?
Yeah.
Wednesday.
So I mean, yeah, who knows what Bilic is going to do, but James Collins looks like he could be back in contention. Whether he's going to win a starting role, who knows? And then the last one is Diafra Sakho. He's been dealing with a back injury that has been plaguing him for the last 18 months. It keeps flaring back up. He missed out against Brighton. So the only two players that actually have injury concerns for West Ham would be Diafra Sakho and James Collins, who looks like he could be coming back. Going on to Manchester United. Now, they do have a good number of injury concerns, especially in the midfield. Pogba, Fellaini, and Carrick. Now, Michael Carrick, he's been out since September. No one's really said much about him. Mourinho hasn't given any updates other than each week saying he's out. So I don't have anything for you on Carrick because there's been nothing out there on him. For Fellaini, he picked up a knee injury while on international duty. Suffered some ligament damage. He's expected to return early November, so he should be out for the match. And then Paul Pogba, the big one, been out since September with a thigh injury that he picked up against Basel in the Champions League. He posted a video this past Thursday of him rehabbing in Miami, so he's still not with the team. Previous timelines have indicated a return at the end of this month, but Mourinho refuses to provide any information on the timeline because he told reporters, if I say he's back and he doesn't come back, you're going to call me a liar. If I say he's not back and he comes back, you're going to call me a liar. So I'm not giving you any information other than simply saying he does not know when he will return. So he's been in Miami. He hasn't been with the squad, but the initial timeline looked like he could return for this match. So we'll see. I mean, he's posted videos of him running, sprinting, so he could be back, but I don't know.
They play midweek? Do they play this week?
They play Swansea. They play Swansea.
Yeah, I'm looking at
midweek.
A site, Timmy. I don't know if did you mention Bailly? He's got a groin, and he's a major.
That's who I'm going on next.
Okay.
So
Ken, come on, Ken. You're gonna steal a groin injury?
Jump in the head, stealing a groin injury.
Love a good groin.
Wow.
Love a good groin pull.
Wow.
And that's what Bailly did on international duty with Ivory Coast. So on international duty, he picked up a groin injury. He has returned to training. So I know some places are saying he's a doubt, but he has returned to training. Now the question is, do you want to work him back in an easier match after coming from this injury that's kept him out? You want to work him back against Swansea, or you want to throw him in the fire against the mighty cocks on a basketball, as Shane would say. Hey, did you see that shirt, Kenny?
Yes,
that's great.
It was lovely.
Like, who made that? Look like something they found at the state fair. It was great.
I know.
No, he got it made at the state fair.
He did? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like airbrushed.
And then on the back it says, "Fear the chicken."
Chicken on a basketball.
Yep.
But the question is, I mean, with Bailly, he has returned to training.
He's good.
Are you going to throw him into the fire against us this weekend? Are you going to try and work him back? And
you'd probably try to give him some minutes midweek against Swansea.
Well, that's what you would think. But then, just this past weekend, Phil Jones was returning from an injury, played against Huddersfield, and was forced off after 20 minutes with a hip injury. He walked off the pitch unaided. They're trying to say, oh, he wasn't grimacing. To me, I mean, that's saying he was playing Call of Duty. So I don't know on that, but he's having scans done tomorrow on Monday. So there's no update right now other than he was able to walk off unaided, but still he went off after only 20 minutes. So I think it's too early for him, but that's both Bailly and Phil Jones dealing with potential injuries. And Phil Jones has actually been playing really well for them this year. So they could be forcing Bailly back. He might have to play both these matches sometime in it. And then, the ones that are for sure out are Marcus Rojo and Zlatan They both picked up their own ACL injuries in April, same month. Those plaguing ACL injuries plagued United in April, but neither are available.
Love a
So I
good
think
ACL.
you have those two out. Fellaini's out. Carrick's out. Pogba could return. Phil Jones, who knows? It just happened. He hasn't had any scans. And Bailly's been training, but which match do you put him in? Mourinho's bitching a lot in the media about these injuries, but we have some of our own. Wanyama, he's still out. No timeline on him. He's going to see a specialist about his progression. I mean, stop me if you've heard this one before. Week to week, seeing a specialist. It scares me like it did with Danny Rose, like it did with Lamella.
But Rose didn't have surgery, so he was out a hell of a long time. Yeah.
No, he had surgery.
Rose
They waited.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I apologize. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
So that's the scary thing with Wanyama is we don't know what it is. He picked it up against Paris Saint-Germain. He was able to play the first two matches of this year, and then ever since then it flared back up. He hasn't played. Now he's going to see a specialist.
It's
with
Lamella
Dembele,
all over again, man.
It is. So with Dembele, he looked like he was going to be back in contention. He traveled to Madrid. He was training, and he was out with an ankle injury previously. He was training, picked up a hip injury. So it's just one after another for Dembele.
So maybe he's favoring it, and I heard Kyle Martino talking about this because Kyle's his career ended on injuries or because of injuries, and he's very open and vocal about that on his own podcast, and he talks about it quite frequently. And he said the hardest thing about coming back from an injury is favoring that injury if you come back too soon and then you cause something else to go wrong, and it sounds like he's in this perpetual domino effect just like that.
Yeah, and so I don't know if Dembele's going to be available for either West Ham or United or Madrid. Who knows? He might pick up something else. But Kenny, Eric Lamella, it looks like he is finally going to return. I think the next time we talk on this pod, you will have seen Eric Lamella play in a Tottenham shirt.
Get
I think
in!
Sammy will owe you a beer.
No, that was last year. I still owe Sam a beer for that because that bet was based on he will never start again for Tottenham in the 2016-17 season.
I thought he said ever.
Well, no, I didn't say ever. No, I Musa Sissoko was 4 goals ever, but Lamella was last year. I think.
I still owe Sammy a pipe for that.
So it looks like we're coming back. I mean, a lot of players are coming back. Rose came back. Looks like Lamella's about to return. So Davies is coming back. It was just an illness. Same with Dyer. I mean, he might have had an illness. He was held out today, but it looks like it's just Dembele and Wanyama. And Wanyama, I don't know what the issue is. At least Dembele, we knew it was something new. I don't know when Wanyama is going to be back. And it sucks that they're both right there in that same position.
Oh, my God, what an injury report that was.
It was, man. I almost pulled a hamstring listening.
Wow.
I got to touch on this one brief thing because it did my head in to read it. And I talked to a couple of Lamella supporters at the club, Jesse Ramirez mainly, that there's this conspiracy theory going around that Lamella re-entered full-team training exactly 1 year to the day that he left full-team training, and that it got reported about that this was actually a drug suspension for a year. And they kept it quiet. I don't know, whatever. We laughed. We talked about it. But I wanted to get people's thoughts that aren't as big of Lamella supporters as I am. For me, it's, I had a cocaine suspension or whatever the case may be, and had double hip surgery in the meantime.
I guess he tripped while snorting a line.
I think it's complete and utter bullshit. It's total bollocks to me. But Sam, you dive into these things a little bit. What do you really think? I mean, is this something that has any weight whatsoever?
I don't think so. It's probably about as true as Maradona showing up today because he's his supplier. I mean, I don't think so. I don't know, man. I don't know what the substance abuse policy is in the Premier League. It's pretty. I don't think you certainly couldn't hide that in U.S. sports. And I can't imagine that you could have in the Premier League. There was there was. I'm sorry, I'm choking here because it's so funny. But I heard this today. There was another conspiracy theory that Steve Malbranc missed a series of games because he had a botched penis enlargement surgery. So I don't know that the Lamella story is that outlandish, but I think fans like to create stuff. The Steve Malbranc story is a great one, but no, I don't think so. I really don't. I think it'd be very, very hard to hide that. I
mean, look,
slip out.
A double hip surgery is, I guess, the greatest cover-up ever for a drug suspension. I mean, nobody's going to expect it after. Like, you even saw the pictures of him in the hospital bed, IVs hooked up to him.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
Maybe that was his like drug rehab. Like he was he was in that place
having withdrawals.
Malibu.
Man on the moon.
No, he was like, I just can't believe that. I don't believe it now.
Yeah.
The Steve Malbranc story is great.
All right, well let's get into predictions. I think we've exhausted all we can on this the week that was. Man, and what a week it was. So happy for the lads and the gaffer and everyone else. So let's get into the Community Beer Company Mosaic IPA predictions. Let's start with Wednesday's match at Wembley against West Ham. And Timothy, Mr. 10 Pints, I will start with you. Carabao Cup. Poch doesn't care. He said so. I think it's a ploy to get his players to play better.
I forgot an injury update.
What happened? Harry Kane.
Yeah. Harry Kane. We had a question on this.
We did.
Do you remember who it was from?
Yeah, Anthony Aguiar at ant_1515 asked, Kane's health? ?
Yeah, and I mean, Poch talked about it post-match. He's played a lot of matches. He's played a lot of minutes over this last month. It's just some soreness from that. I mean,
he's not playing Wednesday.
No way.
No, he is not.
Okay.
Pochettino didn't fully come out directly and said it, but I think you can read between the lines. Yeah. He's not playing Wednesday. He is going to rest.
He'll be sitting up in the club box next to Levy, having a prawn sandwich. He won't even. I doubt he'll even be in the 18. I'd be shocked.
Yeah, Harry's going to get a much-needed rest before we go up against United and Real Madrid. You got to save him for those.
Oh, yeah.
Well, West Ham have been playing shit. They are shit. I'm going to pop all those bubbles. 2-0 victory.
Love it. Sam?
Yeah, I think they're really bad. Man, I think they're really, really bad. I know that they'll play spirited, but I just think they're really bad. And I think we're really playing confident, and I think that we can beat them rather handily with certainly not our best 11. So I'll give us a 3-0.
Love it. Man, this is a really tough one to call because Bilic, yes, his job is on the line. Carabao Cup, I don't think he cares so much about that. He needs to win in the league. These cup matches are, even as a secondary savior for his job, I think it's the league that matters the most. And he's in a relegation scrap. I don't think he's going to put any stock into this. It's going to be reserves and kids versus reserves and kids, and I would like to think that ours are just a little bit better. I'm going to say 2-1. Michel Vorm gives up an own goal. That'll be the way that they score. Old Trafford, Saturday, early match for us. 12:30 UK time, 6:30 for us. Do the math for your own time zone. Sammy, I'll start with you on this one. What do you think?
I'll keep it short and sweet. I don't think it's ever going to be an easy match at Old Trafford. I liken this match to the Man City 2-1 away match, which was one of Coco Lamella's greatest moments. Came on as a sub and had the assist to Eriksson. I think it'll be 2-1 Spurs.
That was actually against City. Yeah.
City, that's what I'm saying. It was like City.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I'll go next. I'll say, you know what, the performances, their defense is not as shit as Liverpool's. I think Mourinho may try to actually play with us for a little while, and I think we'll burn him early, and he's going to have to open up. I don't think it'll be 4-1, but I think it'll be 3-1 to the mighty Spurs. Tim?
I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory.
I'll take that.
They have problems in their midfield right now.
Yeah.
They're going to have problems in their defense, but They still have Lukaku. I still think they're going to be a threat moving forward. Mkhitaryan's been really good for them.